again, instant replay is kind of, I don't want to say ruining the game, but it's ruining the integrity of the umpires. And again, there are a select few out there that are just absolutely terrible. But, take an instant replay such as that Altuve incident, and let's take a routine 6-4-3 double play and how we now call it the neighborhood play, because as long as the feet are within the vicinity of the base, we can call. But if it's blatantly obvious on a instant replay, well, no, now he's safe. Yeah. Where again, sure, we want to protect our athletes, but 50 years ago, you weren't paying your athletes $20 million a year, so there was no need for protection.
Right.
And again, we can make that argument with any sport now, which is, the old saying, records are meant to be broken. The more money you keep paying these athletes, records will never be broken again, because players aren't going to play 25 years anymore.
No.
I don't know. Who's the next closest athlete to 4,000 hits?
No.
I mean, you need to have 200 plus hits for 25 straight years. You need to have 200 plus hits for 20 straight years. The average guy gets a $5 million first round draft pick signing bonus, gets hurt, maybe plays 2 years in the MLB, but his life is set. Kids' life is set.
Oh yeah, that's where it's gone. The game's changed.
So again, there's no more records that can be broken, and it's all and again, there's nothing wrong with protecting the players. There is a problem with overpaying these people, and again, back then if you were hurt, you don't play, you don't get a check, you don't make your money. These players had a second job after baseball, whereas now you could get hurt, you could be on the IR all year long. You're still clearing that check though.
Yeah, and you could take it further than that. I mean, because a lot of these contracts are incentive based. So go back to talking about instant replay, right? So we're getting very, very specific where we weren't years ago, and we didn't have instant replay. The umpire made the call, that was it. Of course, on TV they'd show the replay, but baseball couldn't go to it, right? And so there's plays that guys stolen bases, right? There might be something in that guy's contract for stolen bases. In the old world, he'd probably be safe, but then they bring an instant replay and you break it down and it's this close, and they reverse the call and he's out. Well, that plays against that guy because he might have some incentive in his contract where if he was safe, that might have been a stolen base that would have added, like $10,000 to his contract. And so the game's changed. Starting pitchers, same thing.
Well, again, that incentive idea reminds me of Sabathia when he was against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes,
what did he need? He needed an extra two-thirds of an inning to get his $750K bonus.
Yes.
And instead he got thrown out of the game because he was protecting one of his players he threw at one of the Rays guys.
Right.
Great, great show of respect to your team without being, selfish. Or I want to get that, bonus
That's
or whatever.
respected. That's respected.
Definitely respected. But it's, to that point, because of instant replay now, does Galarraga collect his perfect game?
No, right, yeah.
He should.
Again,
he 100. We're not talking a centimeter difference. We're talking a step and a half difference.
Yes. No. Right.
So again, if instant replay now is going to be the deciding factor, Galarraga should be recognized. We're not talking hundreds of people that have ever done it in the existence of the game. We're talking 26, 27 people, 28 people who have thrown a perfect game. I don't remember. I know. I believe it's under 30.
Somewhere's around there.
So again, if instant replay is going to be this big of a decision maker in the game we play in the game we play today, Galarraga should be awarded his perfect game. Yeah. That's the first one that comes to mind right away. I'm sure there's a slew of other plays.
Right.
To this day, you can't really call it, but he was out. Robinson was out at home plate. Berra, if he was still alive, always signed. He was out.
Yep.
But again, if you add instant replay, you're essentially changing history now.
Yeah, you're changing
history.
You're changing history. You're changing the game, which is going to change history. And yeah, I mean, it all comes down to back in the day when they didn't have instant replay. You talk about betting. People are losing money. So the people are mad because that guy was obviously out because they show instant replay on TV, even though it's not instituted in the game at that time. And so they're mad. They just lost $500. So now you got a lot of people not happy. So they're trying to get it right. And in the end, NFL officials, baseball umpires, you do want them to get it right. But what it's done now is it's giving the umpires in baseball a cushion, so they're not. They know they can be wrong because it's going to be corrected.
Yep.
You know what I mean?